welcome to Bad Movie Brothers. I'm Eric.
I'm Chad.
And this month we watched My Chauffeur.
Welcome to the world of the rich and famous, where my is a household word. My home, my car, my girl, my staff, my.
Mail for you.
Oh, my. Casey Meadows, by an act of fate and inspiration, is about to become My Chauffeur.
She is a female.
Yes, I am. Ooh, baby.
He gave her the animal for her first assignment.
What?
A blue woman with a blue dog.
Never in the 40-year history of Brentwood Limousine Limited has an assignment been so bollocksed.
She was worth 20,000 points.
I didn't know that.
And now it is time for the gratuitous nudity.
You kidnapped an ambassador. These are complaints from all over town about your escapades last night.
I'm not a lady.
I can see that.
You?
Take your butt off the ceiling, put it back in the seat, drive the car.
Very good. Very adult. I like people who can express themselves openly and share their feelings. Nothing hurts like love.
Marry me.
My Chauffeur.
What do you think I am? The idiot?
Kiss me, stupid.
My, are you in for a big surprise?
Bingo.
My Chauffeur.
So, can you describe the plot of My Chauffeur to the viewers?
So the plot is basically kind of like a fish out of water scenario where this down under luck poor girl gets offered a job to drive a limousine for a limousine company.
What do you want?
Job.
Doing what?
Driving.
Driving what?
Big black limousine. Woo, baby.
And then hilarity ensues.
Right, as sort of a snobs versus slobs thing
Right.
in the classic Caddyshack style.
Yeah, it's definitely an 80s movie.
Right. And then a plot develops where she falls in love with one of the rich guy clients.
Right.
That's pretty much the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. So now what we have done is we have divided the movie into what we thought were the 5 best and the 5 worst things about the movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And we're
Exactly.
going to talk about it.
There's several other ones, but
Well,
we'll
right.
stick
And we might get to those.
to... Okay.
But this is kind of where we can start.
I agree.
Right. So, what out of the first bests about the movie is the titular chauffeur.
Correct. My Chauffeur.
Right. She's not your chauffeur.
How do you know?
I suppose that's right. Is played by Deborah Foreman,
Right.
and she's pretty great.
I wanted just more of her. I wanted to see more of her character all the time.
Right. Well, and she doesn't have a lot of other credits.
Nope.
She's in a cult Nick Cage movie called Valley Girl,
Right.
which might be what people know her better from. But yeah, she's pretty great in this.
Yeah,
I
she's
like her.
doing a really good job.
Yeah, well, and it seems like, especially from like reviews I looked at from the time and stuff, like that this movie was they wanted this movie to be like an old-fashioned screwball comedy.
Yeah.
And she seems like the only person in the movie who gets that.
Bingo.
Yeah, she's the only person trying, and I'm not even sure if she read the script or if she just came in and just did what she wanted to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's quick talking.
Yep.
She's very cool and hip. I'm reluctant to call her ditzy.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little flighty in that sort of Katharine Hepburn in Bringing Up Baby sort of mode.
Yeah.
But she's also always in control.
Right.
Kiss me, stupid.
I would argue the hip thing, though. She wasn't exactly hip to me.
She was hip for then.
Some of the outfits she wears are just awful.
The outfits are amazing.
When she's driving the guy she falls in love with, and they start walking through the wilderness, she's in a corduroy full-length skirt.
Well, she didn't know they'd be walking through the wilderness.
She's a chauffeur. What is she wearing a full-length corduroy skirt for?
For fashion. Because through this whole movie, she looks like she stepped out of Desperately Seeking Susan. She looks like Madonna.
At one point, she's in a full like tuxedo chauffeur outfit,
yeah.
but then this time she's in a weird skirt. What's going on?
No, I have to disagree. I loved all of her chauffeur outfits.
No.
Everyone.
No.
Because they're cool and punky and very 80s.
Well, because she had to make them herself.
She did have to make them herself because there's only a men's dressing room.
Yes, because
As
this
a
is a
chauffeur.
men's chauffeur's
Right.
outfit.
Only men can be chauffeurs.
Correct. White males.
Right.
I have a young woman with us, Miss Meadows. She maintains that you hired her as a driver.
She is a female.
Which does sort of bring us right away to our first worst,
Right.
which is all of the isms in
Yes.
this movie. And there are a lot of isms.
Too many to count.
There's a lot of sexism.
A woman is a horrible thing to have around.
That's true. How would you know? I've been married 5 times.
Because the whole thing is built on a girl can't be a chauffeur.
She can't do much of anything, really.
Like the whole first thing is her showing up at the chauffeur's place.
Correct.
Right. And her name, her name's like Cody or Corey or something.
Casey Meadows.
Casey. Right. So they're expecting a guy.
Right. Mr. Casey Meadows.
Right.
Mr. Casey Meadows?
No.
This is your name.
Yes.
But then, they just continue to harass her for being a woman and say
Right.
what women can't do and what they should be doing other than driving.
make just terrifying comments about her.
Terrifying. Absolutely the worst.
Just and the worst of them all is another recognizable face. Is Howard Hessman.
Yep.
From WKRP and head of the class.
Right.
As the most elite boss of the chauffeurs.
Exactly.
And he hates Casey right from the get-go.
You're running a whorehouse on wheels, woman. I can't have that.
Because he's just an old man. He's not into the hipster scene in the 1980s or whatever this was.
Right. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get her.
No.
And he looks for every opportunity to shut her down.
Probably the first woman he's ever dealt with.
He's probably never met a woman before in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
Because all he does is drive rich men around.
Well, he doesn't drive.
Oh, right.
He tells the other people what rich men to drive around.
He stays in the rich guy's house?
Now that's very confusing.
Yeah, where is this at?
Confusing. So the chauffeur company is owned by Mr. Witherspoon.
Yes.
Played by a Hollywood great character actor E.G. Marshall. He was in 12 Angry Men and a bunch of other movies.
Sure.
And he's the rich guy who, for reasons unknown, hires Casey to be a chauffeur.
While she's working in the complete back of a restaurant as a dishwasher.
Right. Out of nowhere. She's not expecting this.
Right.
Goes into it with gusto.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let's say you run a fancy restaurant.
Okay.
A girl like that.
Yeah.
Are you going to have her in the way back washing
Hostess.
dishes?
Hostess.
Yeah. Out front. Front of house.
Absolutely. Gordon Ramsay would freak out.
Kitchen nightmare.
Yeah. Total kitchen nightmare.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the movie made no sense from minute one.
But she's like a Cinderella, Chad.
No.
She's scrubbing the dishes in the back. She needs her time to shine.
Also, she parties with her dog a little too hard.
That's why I'm a little late, because I had a little party and my dog got into some of the drinks. He had some beer and bourbon and scotch, and this morning he woke up, he was so sick. He had one of those hangovers, you can't keep anything down, just throw up and you throw up and throw up, so I tried to give him an Alka-Seltzer. That's why I'm a little late. Have you ever tried to give a dog an Alka-Seltzer? I put it on his tongue, and I held his mouth closed.
Who doesn't?
Agreed.
Who doesn't? Agreed. The viewers, they don't know about our dad.
No.
But if anybody parties too hard with dogs, it's our dad.
Yes.
So we're ready for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We won't go any farther into that.
We won't go any further into that. This is a family program.
I don't want to talk about it.
No one does. But he hires her, and the way in which he hires her is to send her a mysterious letter.
Correct.
And he sends a guy with the letter, this Irish chauffeur whose name escapes me.
Yeah, who's his main chauffeur guy?
He's his favorite chauffeur.
Of now. Because he's obviously had other ones.
Right. Oh, as we find out later, he's had at least another 2 or 3.
Right.
But this guy is his favorite, most dedicated servant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He asks him at one point, why won't you let me, let you work somewhere else? No, he loves the cars.
He brings him ice cream bars.
Right. So this guy, why isn't he in charge of the chauffeur company?
Well, because he wants to drive.
If he's in charge, he could.
But if you're in charge of the chauffeur company, you don't get to deal with Mr. Winston or whatever. Witherspoon. So he likes Mr. Witherspoon. He doesn't want to be the guy in charge.
I don't know about this. And then there's also the question, it seems like the chauffeur company is just like at Mr. Witherspoon's house.
I think it's a Downton Abbey situation where they're downstairs and he's upstairs.
Okay, I'd believe that.
Yeah.
I'd believe that. But I don't understand, because everybody hates Hessman.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him. So you would think that the favorite chauffeur guy would at least have the clout to be like, we get rid of this guy.
But I think they like him enough because he basically just sends her out on stuff to do, and they all just get to sit around.
I suppose.
So they kind of like that. They can push him around.
I suppose, but at the same time, there's another point in the movie where she tells Sam Jones, the guy she ends up falling in love with, she tells him that she is the last one on the list.
Right.
That if you get her to be a chauffeur, all of the other chauffeurs are doing stuff.
Call me another driver.
There are no other drivers.
Wrong.
No, it's true. They send me out last. You get me, you've hit bottom.
Yeah, like sitting around.
I suppose that's fair.
We never see any of the other ones drive.
That's true. That we don't. We don't ever see any of the other ones drive.
You don't know what they do.
That's a fair point. But and that was another one of our bests, was all of the around the table conversations these other chauffeurs have.
Yeah, and that's where all the isms really come into play.
Which is why I questioned your nominating it as one of the best, honestly.
No, but I like the interplay between them all. It reminded me so much of in the Anchorman movies when they sit around.
Slower than my papa's old mule.
Had a mule, did you?
Yep. Mule, pigs, chickens.
My grandfather had a mule, drove a buggy for Queen Victoria. To hell with you now. The Queen of England was never pulled by a mule.
Oh, you were there, I suppose.
Well,
They're sitting there talking about how terrible women are and how they shouldn't be in the chauffeur workplace.
And it is charming when they start getting away from the isms.
Right.
Like when they just bicker amongst each other.
Yeah, they start yelling at each other.
Right. Or I kind of like their character arc through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because they hate Casey at first.
Mm-hmm.
Hater.
Hate change.
Then, as you might expect in a movie like this, toward the end she does get fired. And then they're like, oh, we were starting to like her.
I was starting to like that little girl.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And then at the very end, again, I don't think this is a spoiler for anybody. Okay. She ends up marrying the guy that she's in love with, and they're all competing for the bouquet.
And who's her driver?
And her driver is Howard Hessman.
Yes!
Getting his just desserts. But I like when they're fighting over the bouquet.
Yeah.
Perhaps the best. Because you'll notice at that wedding, she has no friends.
No, well, because where would she get friends from? Washing dishes? Catfight's not coming.
No, people don't even know about catfight.
No, they don't know.
They don't know about catfight.
Either it's Bone or Abdul.
Abdul, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, they start sending her out on jobs.
Yes.
And her first job is, gosh, maybe my complete favorite thing in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is she is sent to pick up a difficult to deal with rock and roll star. And this is Catfight, is the guy's
Catfight.
name.
Great name.
Great name.
Punk guy.
He's a punk guy, danky hotel room.
Who's chauffeur?
Your chauffeur.
Naked ladies, the whole 9 yards.
I was a little upset that the naked ladies ended up being his back singers or whatever.
I kind of liked it. I liked it. I liked that at least they were
more characters than just groupies.
Right. It was slightly less sexist than it could have been. It was sexist.
Yeah, oh yeah.
but it was slightly less so, in that at least they had actual jobs.
Yeah.
That's going to be bad for the band, though.
Bad for the band.
That's going to be bad for the band, I'll tell you that
Now, was that his band or was that a separate band?
That is an excellent question. So the whole point is she has to get him from his crummy hotel room to a gig.
The gig.
Catfight has never been on time. Ever. So Howard Hessman's setting her up to fail with this one. But and we'll talk a little bit more about the journey that is Catfight.
Right.
But she does. She gets him to the venue on time.
Right.
There is already a band playing there.
A good song.
A good song. A song that was stuck in my head for actually quite a while after this.
Good song.
That's the Fire one, right?
Yeah.
Fire!
You got it.
Fire! And Catfight comes on stage, and they just immediately become the backup band.
Right.
They fade into the background.
So he's Catfight? Are they the mice or something? What's going on?
They're the Wigs.
The Wigs.
They're the Wigs. This is what was written on their drums.
Well, that doesn't mean they're the Wigs.
Well, they're the... Please.
At one point in time, they were the Wigs. It doesn't mean they're the Wigs when they're with Catfight.
Well, but I also, if you were to have watched the credits,
Well, no.
all of the music in the movie all of the songs are credited to the Wigs.
Ah.
So they did all of the I'm slightly reluctant to call it punk, but the sort of punk rock score that's going on in the movie.
The alternative score at the time.
Yeah, is them. Now, here's a question. Is Catfight the guy, or is Catfight the three of them?
The four.
Are there three backup singers?
Yeah.
Okay. The four of them. Are they some sort of Voltron-like gestalt that becomes Catfight?
I think he's Catfight because the girls called him Catfight.
That's fair.
So I think he's Catfight, which is a great name. I want
That's
it.
fair. His song, also terrific.
Yeah, not as good, though.
No, but fun.
Yeah.
Tijuana.
We'll go swimming in the Rio Grande. Tijuana.
Needed more of it.
Loved it.
Did not like the guys in the background, the manager or whatever, that was just upset the entire time.
Well, that's a manager's job.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
There's a band playing.
Have you seen Entourage? Is he ever happy?
Yes.
Is he ever happy when he's managing?
No.
All right. That is
I don't know. He might have been happy when he was managing other people.
Well, this manager is happy the next morning when he arrives when Howard Hessman is throwing a hissy fit about all of the damage and destruction caused by the chauffeur.
Yes.
And he shows up to not only say that she was the first person to ever get Catfight somewhere on time, but to start peeling off the money.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah. Hundreds.
Yeah,
Hundo.
it's tip time, baby.
That's right.
That's right.
Because he wasn't there last night to give her the tip, or?
Well, but it worked. But he knew he is a good manager. He sized the situation up instantly.
He knew.
He said, "This gal's in trouble. Dr. Johnny Fever is on her case.
Right.
I need to show up, smooth things over."
I think you're giving the movie too much credit.
I'm absolutely giving the movie too much credit.
Let's not.
Because we need to be honest about what kind of movie this is. This is a pure drive-in movie.
So close to being good.
It is. It is pretty close to being good. But it is pure 80s drive-in fodder. Cheaply made, cheaply and quickly made, with just enough nudity to be tantalizing. Right? Just, something to have up on the screen while teenagers are making out.
Some real popcorn fare.
That's being generous.
I would eat some popcorn today.
Well, sure, but this is for the drive-in market.
Okay.
What would eventually become the direct-to-video market. That is this thing all over. But they do care. Like, they are trying to make a movie here.
Let me ask you a dad question.
Please. How many boys?
No. Is it ironic that My Chauffeur is made for the drive-in audience.
They knew their audience.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You know what? And I'll tell you what, you're onto something. They missed a trick here.
Ooh.
She should have had to have taken a client to a drive-in. Or better yet, during the romancing portion of the movie, taken Sam Jones to the drive-in in the limousine.
But we don't know where she took that couple on their date.
Well, but then we should have seen them at the drive-in.
Okay.
Because that, to me, the best parts of this movie, we'll get to the romance in a little bit. The romance sucks. Right. The romance is the pits.
Doesn't make sense.
But all of the little vignettes of her driving people around are golden.
And when the guy tries to break into the limo.
The guy tries to break into the limo, and it becomes supercar for about 5. It possesses powers never before or again mentioned.
Becomes Kit.
Right.
So that was cool.
That was pretty good. And you're right. And like, there's that part where there's a couple where the boyfriend's messed up. Mm-hmm. His cousin Jimmy or whatever was supposed to give him a ride to the prom or whatever.
Yeah.
And he blew it, and she happens to be eating a hot dog nearby.
And what's with that hot dog stand? She loves that hot dog stand.
Dude, it's a good hot dog stand.
We never get any more about it.
No, well, that's its own movie, I'm sure. By Hot Dog.
I think it's called Chef.
I haven't seen it. The missus saw it, told me not to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she didn't care for it.
I liked it.
I believe I got a text from her at one point that she was more than an hour into the movie, and they still didn't have the food truck.
Lies.
Well, hey.
She's a saint. Eric, she is a saint.
She is a saint. You watch your mouth.
I will.
I'll come through this TV.
It's not a TV.
Well, you're seeing me on the computer. I'm seeing you on the TV.
Okay.
All right. Stop messing with the minds of the viewers. Whether or not they're viewers, I don't know. But stop messing with their minds.
They're my viewers.
They're my chauffeurs.
Okay.
Moving on. So Catfight. Oh, I love Catfight.
Catfight was great.
He's so great. He does get a little icky.
Yep. Icky.
And this was another one of our worst. Although for me, much in the same way of the roundtable discussions for you, a little bit of a best.
No, this is the worst for me.
Okay. So they're driving along. He sees an old lady, which he refers to as a blue lady with a blue dog.
Yeah.
And he, in a what I think the movie thinks of as monkey shines.
Yeah.
But which are in fact terrifying assault.
Yep.
He wants to steal her underwears.
To get points.
Right.
In a game.
Right. Kind of like in the Toxic Avenger where you get points for running people down.
Yeah.
Or Death Race 2000.
Just like Death Race 2000.
Right. Now, this is, admittedly, pretty gross.
Very gross.
But what I liked about it is that the lady don't take no.
Nope.
I'm not sure I can say that word on TV. That might get bleeped.
She used the dog as a weapon. Whipping it around her head several times.
I could not believe she picks this dog up by the leash, starts twirling it like a ball and chain.
That dog is dead now. Definitely.
No, because we see it running away.
That could be anybody's dog.
She walks somebody with it and then it takes off.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is the dog blue?
It looked a little blue when we first saw it.
It was bluish.
I didn't know she was also wearing blue pantyhose.
Yeah, blue everything.
But did you notice that as she's fighting them, she has brass knuckles?
No.
She has brass knuckles.
This is a badass grandma.
I'm not sure we can say that word.
Well.
But agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. But we talked a little bit about, so the punk music throughout, it keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's never as good as that Fire song.
No, the Fire song is the pinnacle.
But it's all pretty good. It's no Repo Man soundtrack.
I don't know.
You gotta see Repo Man.
Okay.
All right. But it's a good, solid punk soundtrack, especially for a cheap, you don't expect that that's what you're gonna get.
No. Yeah. No.
Because one of my biggest worsts was the rest of the music.
Well, but it was just the same, like, do.
Well, yeah, it's this, like, kind of violin-y classical music. But it's terrifying.
It is.
It's like horror movie music.
It is. Like, you expect somebody to jump out of the stairwell or wherever they're at.
Yeah, like if you watch scenes from this movie out of context, and you will get to.
Okay.
It's terrifying music.
Be gone!
It's quiet. Look at my landlady.
Oh! Lady! Stop! Pussy!
And like it's also the first music we hear, so like the beginning of the movie seems like it's a much different movie.
Yeah, like if you play the movie in slow motion with that music, frightening, just frightening.
Terrifying. I don't understand why you would choose, because like kind of a light, fluffy score, okay, but this is very intense.
Yes, we're getting things done. This is a chauffeur business.
This is a chauffeur business that is murdering people and putting them in their trunks. That's what this music tells me.
Well, the cars murder people if you try to steal them.
Well, that's true. And then they eat the people, probably.
Well, this isn't Little Shop of Horrors.
Well, it's Christine.
Ooh, okay. What's the truck one called?
Maximum Overdrive or
okay.
Duel? Which one are you thinking?
Not Duel. I was not thinking of Duel.
Why do you have against Duel?
Nothing. I just wasn't thinking about Duel.
That's all right. I know why you're not. Never far from my mind.
Okay. Good.
So let's see. We talked about the orchestra store. We talked about the Blue Lady and the Blue Dog. Another best.
Yes.
This was one of your favorites. Please.
For me.
Please. Please.
Young Penn and Teller make an appearance as Bone and Abdul.
Yes, young Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller. Both.
Inexplicably in this movie.
Your Excellency, do you want to wait for your bodyguard?
What do you mean? What do I look like? What do I look like? His manicurist? I'm his bodyguard. I'm his American bodyguard.
No reason to be there.
No reason to do this. Penn is a confidence man.
Yes.
A trickster.
To say the least.
Teller, inexplicably, and in another example of the isms.
Isms, for sure.
Is a Middle Eastern oil sheik.
Right.
Now, thank God, they did not blackface him up.
No blackface, no accent, because he doesn't talk.
Because he tell.
Right.
Right.
But Penn did a great job. Did you not believe he was a confidence man that could get Abdul out of his money?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great job.
Absolutely. Although, goes on a little long.
The confidence man stuff goes on a little long,
Goes
but
on
the
pretty
party
long.
scene when they're in the club, that's a great scene. He's dancing.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
He takes Abdul
Yep.
to his favorite club, and it's a great dancing scene. More good music.
Yep.
Solid scene.
Excellent scene.
But in the limo on the way there, when he's trying to like steal his watch and his rings and stuff, very long-winded.
Long-winded. I'll give you that.
Long-winded. I love the end of the scene after the club and everything. He gets Teller back to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They go their separate ways, and Teller stops for a moment, gives him a nice silent thank you. I was disappointed that he did not then invite Bone to come and live with him and be his permanent guy.
But we don't know.
We don't, but it doesn't seem like it.
Here's why I liked it, is because I felt that they were the truest characters in the whole movie. Like, that's exactly who they were then. And like you could see how they became what they are now.
And Teller does have this sort of charmingly bemused look on his face.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Exactly. He's in on it.
Right. Like he knows that he's getting ripped off.
And you know Penn was doing that back then. That's exactly who he is.
Oh yeah. I liked them. What I found now when we were talking about this, I named this as one of my worsts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have something that you don't have, which is the videotape.
Right.
And their names are right on the cover.
Up front.
Up front. Oh, they were proud to have Penn and Teller in this.
Interesting.
Movie. Yeah, so this must have been right when they were breaking.
Okay.
So I was excited for Penn and Teller.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm disappointed in, no magic.
There was a little magic.
There's no magic.
Could you do that cigarette thing?
But you gotta have the proper attitude. You gotta get your tube, okay?
What were you just? That's not magic though. That's like
a little kid would think that's magic.
It's neat. It's sideshow trickery.
Yeah, they were doing neat stuff.
Much like the grifting stuff is kind of neat. But I would have killed for one magic trick.
Here's my question: were they doing magic when they started?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Why else would they be famous?
Well, I think they were like into sleight of hand stuff.
But I would have liked to have seen. There's not really any sleight of hand. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that kind of stuff.
I'm glad that they showed up, because at first I thought that the manager in the punk bar was Penn.
Oh, because you'd seen him in the credits or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that wasn't them, was it? And then I was confused, and then they just showed up for 20 minutes. So it was good.
Chad, my friend, are you ready for a bombshell?
Please.
As I often do when we watch these movies, I took to the Twitter.
Okay.
And I said to Mr. Penn Jillette,
yeah.
Saw My Chauffeur.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about it?
Right.
Got a response.
What did he say?
He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'll put the actual tweet up on the screen.
You got to put the bird up.
I'll put the bird up.
Okay.
I liked the boobs.
That's a paraphrase? Oh, you'd say something different?
No, he either said I liked the boobs or I remember liking,
Great. Yeah, he's not wrong.
He is not. Well, no, he did like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
that's impressive. That's cool.
It is cool. It is also perhaps the most Penn Jillette answer.
Yeah.
I could have gotten.
Exactly.
So good for him.
Now he's gonna watch this and see what we say.
There's no way.
Oh, he'll watch it.
There is no.
I'm gonna keep tweeting it at him until he watches.
Well, if you're watching, Penn.
Thanks.
And bravo.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. Now I'll have to I know that there is a Penn and Teller feature film about this vintage.
Okay.
I'm going to have to see it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Don't see why not.
Yeah. So now we've sort of discussed like what I would call the meat of the movie, which is all the vignettes, all the driving around, all the different clients. Mm-hmm. Only to come to rock bottom.
Okay.
And that's Sam Jones.
Sam Jones.
Sam Jones, the love interest, kind of a Scrooge character, a rich guy who doesn't get along with his employees.
We've got a bid on the Marshall property, sir.
How much?
$3 million.
Holds for 4.
Well, but sir, they've got cash.
They don't have enough cash.
Yes, sir.
Biloxi plant wants a 7% raise for its people in 86.
No.
What do I tell them?
You tell them no.
She's sent to pick him up just as he is kind of getting his comeuppance. His wife is leaving.
Yeah. Okay.
Or girlfriend.
Whatever. Baby mama.
Yeah. Now, I know you did not like this part.
Didn't like it.
He gets loaded.
Don't like this guy at all, to be honest.
Well, now, hold on.
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on. Now, I don't like him in this.
Hated it.
But you are talking about Flash Gordon.
Oh. I apologize,
You
sir.
better apologize. You know how I love that movie.
Hated it.
Oh. So this is the guy who plays Flash Gordon in the Queen Flash Gordon movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awful in this.
Awful. The worst.
I'm not sure how much of that I think is his fault.
Okay.
But the character, it's just a bad, like the whole, there's not really any chemistry. The romance, they literally move from hating each other to wanting to make out with each other.
Yeah, the whole movie's, I think, is like 4 days, and they're gonna get married.
Right, I do like when he keeps asking her to marry him, and she keeps telling him nope.
Yeah.
But that's more a her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like when he gets drunk.
No.
Yeah.
Not one bit of it was good.
Because...
I do like one part of it, because I think I'm concerned or unsure if she was drinking too, because she acts just like he does in the limousine. They just start yelling at each other.
They just start
That was
screaming
great.
into each other's faces.
I'm free! I'm free! Free! I'm going! I'm out of here! I'm going! Goodbye!
When she yells, it's
good.
funny.
No, right, and she's clear just being her.
Yeah.
But he gets so drunk that he gets naked.
Yeah, but at certain points he's naked, and then other times he's got boxers on.
And occasionally from one shot to the next.
Right.
Clearly they thought the boxers were out of frame.
Yeah.
When they were not.
And at certain points he's in a park, and then
Right.
at other points he's at a golf course.
Right.
Clearly a golf course.
True. I appreciated that, again, in a very exploitive drive-in movie like this.
Got a naked guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that there was some male for the ladies.
Yeah.
A little equal opportunity.
Hated it.
I thought it was kind of funny. I like when he's slinking from one tree to the other, like
It was
he's a
like
cartoon character.
It might as well have been that one guy that has a
Yeah,
like,
it was Benny Hill.
Yeah, there you go.
110%.
Yeah, I'm
110%.
Count me out.
Oh, count me in.
And how did he get that drunk? Like, what? He had to have had the entire limo's worth of alcohol.
Because he's uptight. He doesn't drink.
He's like Cameron from...
Yes. If you were to put a piece of coal up his tuchus.
There'd be a diamond.
A diamond. But she gets him plastered.
He gets himself plastered.
Well, fair enough. When he sobers up, he resents her for it.
Yes.
But then the fickle finger of Howard Hessman throws them together once again. They're driving to like Sonoma, I guess.
Yeah.
Wine country.
Wine country is where he wanted to go.
Car gives out.
Obviously.
And they have to take a 20-mile hike to a cabin.
Guess what you can't see from 20 miles away?
A chimney?
Yep. But he did.
Well, I believe she's the one who says that's 20 miles. As if she has a history as a surveyor.
She'd be a great caddy.
She would be a good caddy. You're not wrong.
No.
I like that. That's My Caddy.
That's the sequel to My
series.
Chauffeur.
It's a whole series.
What's her next movie?
Oh, man.
It's gotta be a C word. Gotta be a C word.
Watch it. My Caterer.
Oh.
Yeah.
My Confidant.
Yeah. Let's keep it blue collar. I think.
How about what if we go sci-fi or technology based?
I'm hearing you. Yeah.
My Computer Hacker.
What about just My Computer? And she's a robot.
My car.
She's a car now.
Yeah.
That's
we're
what
getting
this
to the
movie
cruise.
is.
No, she drives it. She is it later.
All right, let's go mythological.
Okay.
My Centaur.
My Child.
Ooh. That's the sequel.
Yeah.
That's the sequel. Now they're old, and they have an out-of-her-mind daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. And try to get her in the family chauffeuring business.
Exactly, because that's the only business they're in.
Yeah. This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
So they get to the cabin. What do they find at the cabin, Chad?
The greatest hillbilly couple I've ever seen in my life.
Hello! Jumping Jesus, God almighty. Can we use your phone? What the hell happened to you? A car reading. What car? Back at the highway. What highway?
101. You walked 25 miles through the desert?
So mismatched. It's unbelievable.
Well, first, inexplicably, there's a cartoon hillbilly couple at this cabin.
Yeah. Now that guy, where's that guy from? I've seen that guy.
I was wondering if you would recognize him.
I recognize that guy.
First off, I don't believe they say his name in the movie. Do you know what his character's name is?
Bob.
Doughboy.
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 What's the girl's name?
I don't know, but it's something regular.
Mildred.
I'm not sure. Could be.
Yeah.
He's Doughboy, and Doughboy is
Tell me where it is. It's been killing me.
He's played by Mark Holton.
Okay.
And you might remember Mark
Please.
as the friend in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
He's the rich kid in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Give me the other one.
But what
Give me the big one.
But here's the one you're going to remember him
Yeah,
for.
give it to me.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. That's it. That's it. I knew it. It's been killing me for days. Oh.
He is the fat friend.
Yes, he is.
In the Michael J. Fox werewolf basketball classic.
Masterpiece.
Teen Wolf.
Yes. Teen Wolf, by the way, ranked the number 5 best fictional basketball player today on Grantland.com.
Who's number 1?
It was a tie between the two guys in White Men Can't Jump.
I disagree.
Who would you say number 1?
Teen Wolf.
No, he got number 5.
He's a werewolf.
Sometimes.
He can rip the other ones apart.
Well, only sometimes.
You know what? We're going to take a short Teen Wolf digression here.
Okay.
The thing where I think they missed the biggest in Teen Wolf is there's that whole, so he gets to be super. Teen Wolf, for those of you who don't know,
Come on.
is a movie where Michael J. Fox is a high school basketball player who learns that he is a werewolf.
Yes.
And his werewolfness, which does not come about just by the full moon, I guess.
No, it's like 18.
Right, but I guess it's every night then?
Yeah.
Yeah. His werewolfness...
Well, it's like when he's angry. He's like Hulk.
Yeah. Makes him a better basketball player.
Makes him a better human being.
And he becomes such a good basketball player, he becomes super popular at the school. And they cast him in some weird Civil War play where he's wearing a Civil War, like, Union dress uniform.
Yeah.
And it seems that they want him to be the werewolf
In the play.
I want to see that play.
Now, you're forgetting that the most attractive girl in school is more attracted to him as
a werewolf.
werewolf.
Right. Well, who wouldn't be?
Me.
You like him better as Michael J. Fox?
You don't?
No, werewolf.
Another dad thing.
All that hair.
Dad thinks he looks like Michael J. Fox.
What?
In those movies.
Well, because our dad thinks that any short white guy who plays basketball in a movie is him.
Well, we both know the movie based on his life.
Risky Business.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, do you remember when we were kids, in Teen Wolf, there's a thing where they ride around on top of a van? It's urban surfing.
Urban surfing?
Do you remember that Dad claimed that was a thing they used to do?
I believe him.
I don't. I did at the time. I now think that he is full of werewolf.
You gotta sit down and have a heart-to-heart with him. He will tell you some things.
Please. We are never going to get the truth about anything out of that man.
I've gotten the truth.
Incidentally, this show is 75% bad movie.
Yep.
25% our dad.
Well, to be honest, it's more than that because we are our dad.
Oh, not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Now,
moving on. Let's go.
Doughboy, as great as he is, very small part in the movie.
Yeah, very small part.
Very small.
Less than 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, we'll have to. I'll time it out.
Okay.
But that brings us to the worst, the absolute end and worst thing in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
So, the movie, like we've said, the movie starts with this guy hiring her, the rich guy Witherspoon. Mm-hmm. He hires her mysteriously to be a chauffeur.
Yes.
Then he keeps checking on her progress. He wants to know how she's doing. He even contrives to meet her without her knowing who he is.
Yes.
The implication is clear. Is that this must be his daughter.
Correct.
This must be some, a child of an affair that now he wants to take care of.
Yes.
Now that was my feeling from the get-go. You?
Yeah.
But we also know, as viewers, that Sam Jones is Witherspoon's son.
Yeah.
So for a solid hour of this movie, as they are falling in love and making out and worse, We believe them to be brother and sister.
Exactly. But he knew that they were like canoodling.
Whoa, he didn't know they were. He knew she was canoodling with someone.
Okay.
He didn't know it was his son.
Okay.
He knew she was in love, but he did not know with whom.
All right.
Because why? Why would he suspect the terrifying truth? Because
but at the end, when he
don't even get there yet.
Okay.
Don't even get there yet. I just want to sink in for the viewers.
Yeah, there's a super big incestuous relationship throughout most of the movie.
Right, that we as viewers are privy to, that the characters are not.
Right.
And that casts a whole pallor on the entire affair.
Yep.
It makes it super creepy.
On purpose, I think.
Yeah, I hope not. I think the filmmaker, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I think they were going for a sigh of relief at the end.
Maybe, because then at the end, Sam Jones brings her over, says, "This is the gal I'm going to marry."
To Witherspoon.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, no, you're not."
Yeah, but he didn't even seem that upset. Like, you overplayed it.
I did. But you know who seems less upset?
Them?
Casey.
Oh, oops.
Like, we've been bad.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
We've been bad.
Oh, very bad.
Gross.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
And she only remembers any of this because he makes her look at the room.
Right. That's how she remembers that she had been in that room before as a small person.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately. Because God is good.
Yeah.
Another chauffeur.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps her greatest enemy amongst the chauffeurs, not Howard Hessman.
No.
Comes in and says, no, he is her father. Everything is okay.
He just didn't want to tell her because he thought she might want Witherspoon's money.
Right. But they are not related.
But she doesn't want the money. She wants a father.
Oh.
And he says, the chauffeur says, I didn't think you would want a father the likes of me.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd want a chauffeur for a dad.
Nope, he specifically says.
The likes of him, yeah.
The likes of me. And what is her response?
I am the likes of you.
Oh, yes. Classic. My Chauffeur does it again.
Just a terrifying complication.
Hated it.
And even though we thankfully learned that it was all for nothing.
Right. All's well that ends well.
They did still throw that at us.
Yeah, for a long time.
For a really long time.
Telling you, they were going for the sigh of relief.
Perhaps. But what a strange decision.
Terrible.
Why? Why would you do this?
There's no explanation.
So, did we like the movie?
Oh man, I want to so bad. It's so close.
I do too. I was, right from Catfight, I was hooked.
Pieces of it are so good.
Pieces of it are good. And I would say that it is worth your time to watch.
Yeah. She's, just for her, she's really good.
I have not seen Valley Girl. I will have to.
She did work in like 2008, I can tell you that.
Yeah. I tweeted her as well. No response.
Yeah,
no, she's no Penn Teller.
No.
Class act, that guy.
Yeah, that guy gets it done.
Does. Yeah, I don't know that I would watch it again.
No.
Like, I watched it twice for this. I liked it better the second time.
Yeah.
Like, knowing what the deal is makes it less creepy. Less.
Slightly less.
Yeah. But, like, I can't even, honestly, like, it's not like this is a movie I'm going to bring home.
No.
You know, show to the fam.
I'd slot it at, like, a C.
Yeah, like, I'd say of the three we've watched so far, I'd put this as the best. I'd say this is better than Thunderground.
Yeah, better than Thunderground. Way better than the...
Way better than the
Wizard of Space and Time. Yeah.
Speed.
Space. He made the Wizard of Space and Time. Did he not?
No, I think it's speed the whole time.
No, I thought he made the space one.
No, I think that the movie is called The Wizard of Speed and Time, and the little short inside of it is also called The Wizard of Speed.
Write us if we're wrong.
Oh, don't worry. Through the magic of editing, I will prove that I am right right here.
Great.
That's right.
Awesome.
I'll tell you what. I'd like the poster.
Yeah, the poster's cool.
Yeah, I don't know that you've seen.
I saw the poster. Yeah.
The viewers at home. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Are you David Letterman right now?
Yeah, that's right.
CD. Hey-o. Good job.
Thanks. Oh, got a pencil.
Stop it.
All right. But yeah, that was the movie.
That's it.
That was it. Next time, we will be making the return to Boggy Creek.
Oh.
As we watch a movie that looks like it's about Bigfoot.
Cool. He's not real.
Well, that's perhaps the movie will change it.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Drunken